The following broadcast is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications. Any non-personal retransmission of this broadcast without the express written consent of 412 Communications is hereby prohibited.
A live look inside Fred Rust Arena on Pink the Rink night as the Delaware Blue Hens return to Fred Rust Arena to kick off a 4-game homestand. And they do so against the New York University Violets. Delaware looking to right the ship after beating Concordia on opening weekend in 2 straight games. The Hens have traveled to Liberty, to Rhode Island, to Syracuse, and in that span, they have been winless. They've only mustered 2 shootout defeats in that time. So certainly a welcome return to friendly confines for the Delaware Blue Hens as they try to build some positive momentum. And they've got the New York University Violets, former ESCHL rival, standing in front of them here tonight with game time in round about 15 minutes. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications press box atop the stands at Fred Rust Arena. And as we tee up this first of 2 games this weekend between the Hens and the Violets in ACHA Men's Division I competition, we've got to take note of a few key absences from the Blue Hens roster tonight. Shane Straubinger is out with a concussion. Justin Guelph, leading point scorer with 4 goals and 10 assists on the year, out with an upper body injury. Captain defenseman Riley Donor is out sick this evening. So a few key components on this Delaware Blue Hens line absent for tonight's game. Looking at the Limestone Pension Associates line chart, Delaware standing at 2-4-2 right now. As mentioned, 5 of their next 6 games, including the one we're about to see together, coming on home ice. We'll see the third line getting the start tonight. Andrew Lowe, Cade Coughlin, and Cody Diaz. They've combined for 4 goals so far this season in 8 total games played. The top scoring line, we'll see Ryan Rodriguez and Tanner Mahoney, joined by Tommy Tracy. So between them, a dozen goals so far this season. Tracy stepping into the right wing position with Justin Guelph out of the lineup, as mentioned, due to an upper body injury. With Riley Donor out of the lineup, Jack Keller and Brady Burke will get the start defensively. Danny Berg and Noah Goose, the second pair, with Luke Panapresso, the freshman from Warminster, Pennsylvania, joining Will Gould on the third defensive pairing. And welcome back Oliver King to the lineup, the freshman from Cambridge, Massachusetts, who accounted for 2 goals and 6 assists with Rhode Island Hockey Club in the Eastern Hockey League last year, making his first appearance before the Fred Rust crowd. Between the pipes, it will be Jacob Snellenberg, the senior, with a 1-2-1 record so far this season, a .383 goals against average and an .879 save percentage. Last season, 12 wins in 19 appearances with numbers of .247 and .913. On the other side of the red line, Dustin Good's New York Violets swept by Navy last weekend. We'll see Frank Ciavaris, Brian Cook, and Zach Daring handling starting forward duties. Ciavaris with 2 goals and 4 assists so far this season. His 6 points lead the Violets in offensive productivity among forwards. Defenseman Jackson Olison with 4 goals and 3 assists. He and Jonathan Bieber will get the start at the blue line. And it's Clay Perkins between the pipes, 1-1 on the year with a .337 goals against average and a save percentage of .930 for the New York native. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years and counting, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. And the Delaware Hockey Network is brought to you all season long by our presenting partner, the law office of Heather A. Long. With a listen-first approach that creates a unique solution for your circumstances, the expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long are committed to providing empathetic and compassionate legal representation for individuals who have suffered injuries. Schedule a free consultation by calling 302-466-5664, that's LONG, or visit injuryde.com. We're going to take a timeout here on the Delaware Hockey Network. When we come back, it'll be go time for the Violets and the Blue Hens, live from Fred Rust Arena. You're watching the Delaware Hockey Network on the 412, and it's all brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. New York University Violets, Delaware Blue Hens in the first half of a 2-game weekend set. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications press box. Ryan Dominic, our videographer this evening, our production assistant, the stat man, Eli Swope. Greetings to all of you from wherever you may be. We are absolutely delighted to be back, and these Blue Hens delighted to be back on home ice as they look to take control of their narrative again and bounce back from a 6-game winless streak. Without further ado, let's head inside the glass for the Limestone Pension Associates starting lineups. Hockey fans, good evening, and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. This evening, the American Collegiate Hockey Association presents a men's Division I regular season matchup between the visiting New York University Violets and your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For the visiting New York University Violets, coached by Dustin Good, assisted by Brian Zaffino and Corey Nadell. Starting in goal from New York, New York, number 31, Clay Perkins. On defense, from Tarentum, Pennsylvania, number 2, Jonathan Bieber. And from State Line, Nevada, number 4, Jackson Olison. At left wing, from Nashville, Tennessee, number 8, Frank Ciuvaras. At right wing, from Cross River, New York, number 13, Zach Daring. And at center, from Endwell, New York, just outside Binghamton, number 12, Brian Cook. It's that time, Blue Hen Nation. Let's meet the starting 6 for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal, a senior from Meadowbrook, Pennsylvania, number 35, Jacob Snellenberg. On defense, a senior from Morris Plains, New Jersey, number 5, Jack Keller. And a freshman from Denver, Pennsylvania, number 24, Brady Burke. Starting at left wing, a freshman from Calgary, Alberta, the pride of the prairies, number 20, Cade Coughlin. At right wing, a sophomore from Caldwell, New Jersey, number 17, Andrew Lowe. And starting at center, a junior from Foundry City, Neenah, Wisconsin, the Iron Man, number 37, Cody Diaz. Your Blue Hens are coached by Todd Middlemeyer, assisted by Jason Bain, Eric Sterin, and student manager Anthony Massio. The on-ice officials for this evening's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are referees Dalton Tice and Ian DeLong, and linesmen Mike Safko and Mike Levasseur. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located directly above center ice as we honor the United States of America and those who defend this nation with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Pre-game formalities in our rearview mirror. Teams making final preparations. And we're just about ready to drop the puck on Friday Night Hockey from Fred Rust Arena. And we couldn't be happier to have all of you with us here on the 412 and Delaware Hockey Network coverage of the Delaware Blue Hens men's ACHA Division I team. Delaware in their home whites, traveling from west to east, from left to right. Here in the first period, the New York Violets moving right to left, from east to west in their away black kits. Brian Cook, the Southern Tier native, and Cody Diaz, the Scotty. Ready for the opening draw. Mike Levasseur set to drop the puck on Friday Night Hockey in the first state, and they're off. Burke leaves this across to Keller after Ciavares could not work in up the left wing boards for New York. Burke slams this puck back into neutral territory. It's thrown by Brian Cook into traffic, taken away by Diaz. Here's a 2-on-3. Diaz with a long shot, bothered by the back-checking Jonathan Bieber, hailing from Tarentum, Pennsylvania, just up PA 28, 20 miles from downtown Pittsburgh. So the Pittsburgh representation from Bieber, from linesman Mike Levasseur, and of course, here in the 412 Communications press box, aptly named. Noah Goose across to Danny Berg. He tips the puck under pressure from Raher into the far corner of the New York zone. It's cleared out by Bieber. Berg recovers. Goose throws this beyond the reach of Ryan Rodriguez. Jackson Olesen, the Nevadan, skates up to center red along the near boards for New York before dumping in. Played by Snellenberg from behind his own goal. Rodriguez fans on the puck. He was able to get some space, though, from Raher. And he shovels this back across center ice, where Harry Bylan tries to push it forward the other direction. Svoboda, the Czech, took aim from right in front of the Delaware bench. His shot into the pads of Snellenberg, and the rebound controlled by Tommy Tracy. One of three Team Marylanders from the EHL on this Delaware lineup, the others being Noah Goose and Andrew Lowe. Gardeffi stripped of the puck by Guido. He gets it back after good support from Bylan. Turning and shooting was Tanner Mahoney. But he was locked out net front as Clay Perkins came up with the save. And looks like a bit of an equipment issue for the New York netminder, giving us a pause in play. 93 seconds into the opening period on Pink the Rink night here at Fred Rust Arena. First we see of the second line this evening, Chance DeBolt, flanked by Trevor Early and Dominic Guido. This puck pushed in by Luke Panapresso, the third D pair. Half of the third D pair, the other half being Will Gould, the senior from Alexandria, Virginia. They're forced to back check now, and they bring a 2-on-3 Defensive situation in Delaware's favor, back into their own end. The shot from Alvarez was well wide. Here comes Guido the other way. 3-on-3 rush, and Guido scores! Dominic Guido lights the lamp 2 minutes and 5 seconds in. Just like that, the Hens strike first. This starts in the Delaware zone as Luke Panapresso knocks the puck out of New York control and sets up Guido on the fast break. So just like that, 1-0 Delaware, and Dominic Guido's got his 6th of the year. Oh, Delaware goal! His 6th of the season. Scored by number 38, Dominic Guido. Assisted by number 26, Luke Panapresso. Time of the goal, 2 minutes, 5 seconds in the first period. Guido's 6th from Panapresso at 2:05. Hens change after dumping in, and the Nevadan Jackson Olison tries to thread the puck up the middle toward Kaczynski. That pass broken up by Cade Coughlin, who caroms it hard behind the New York goal. It's swatted back to center by Olison. Goose releases at center off the cross-ice feed from Danny Berg. This is chased down by Cody Diaz in the near corner. Played back behind the cage, steered by Lowe, but into the path of Charlie Gardeffi, who works it to Kaczynski and clear. Race on for the puck in the Delaware end. Cody Diaz and Kaczynski converge in the near corner. This is batted out to the right point. Fanned on by Gongwani. He's got support from Raher, driving this puck down deep again. Diaz, under two-ply pressure behind his own goal. Chips this out to Coughlin. Turned back behind the net. Goose has time and space to flip this to Berg, near side. And the Angelino, unable to clear, cycles to Lowe. Strong forechecking pressure from Gardeffi and Eckstein. Turnover in the zone, and a shot from Raher made it on target into the glove of Jacob Snellenberg. This goes for a pause in play. Face off to Snellenberg's left, went the way of Eckstein over Mahoney. Another long shot off the draw, covered by Snellenberg for a pause. Face-off coming to the left again. Mahoney and Eckstein. Tanner Mahoney wins this draw to the left of his netminder, and Gould rings the puck up the near side, tipped by Tracy over center. Rodriguez, with some help from Tracy, regathers. The advancing pass intended for Early didn't connect. Rodriguez, protecting the puck, walks it in. He tried to set up a 2-on-2 attack before he was steered by Jonathan Bieber to the far corner. Panapresso just inside the line. Shot was blocked by Alvarez. This fired in by Gould, but it was popped up in the atmosphere. Puck lands in the near corner, where Rodriguez is sandwiched by a pair of Violets and couldn't maintain. Panapresso protects for Delaware. He chips this off the near glass, midway into the zone. Rodriguez across to Gould. Time and space for him at the top of the left circle. Puck is loose in front. Mahoney overskates at Tracy, trying to dig it free, but it's batted out of harm's way by the Torontonian Victor Ding for New York. Tracy, top of the zone. Across to Gould. Panapresso opens fire from distance. That is blockered high and away by Clay Perkins to the far corner of the New York zone. We're just past the 5-minute mark in the first period of a 1-0 hockey game. Lone goal of the evening belonging to Dominic Guido. 2:05 into the first period. Hens change. Olison takes a shoulder from Guido, separating him from the puck at center. DeBolt chases the puck down in the near corner of the New York zone. He tried to center to Dominic Guido, crashing the net, but the pass didn't make it onto the doorstep. Here's Cook the other way, 2-on-2 for New York. He gains the center red line before rifling the puck off the near corner boards. Steered off the backhand of Ciavaras behind the cage. Guido can't work it clear. It's held in by Zach Daring. Dumped behind the net, recovered by Brady Burke, who was held up by the forechecking Frank Ciavaras. Burke let this go up ice. Icing waved off by Mike Levasseur. He and Mike Safko, the lines people for this game, Ian DeLong and Dalton Tice. First we've seen them at Fred Rust Arena. Here for Delaware Hockey Network coverage of the Blue Hens, and an icing will set up a face-off to the left of Clay Perkins, or to the right, as the NCAA rulebook, by which the ACHA plays, allows for the non-offending team on icings to decide on which side of the rink they want their face-off to come from. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. That's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The Law Office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process, from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. To schedule a free consultation, call the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Delaware Sports Medicine power play time for the Blue Hens. As Brian Cook got rung up for delay of game in the face-off circle. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's commitment to health and wellness. For athletes of all ages and abilities, visit desportsmed.com. The New York penalty was assessed to number 12, Brian Cook. 2 minutes for delay of game. Time of the penalty, 6 minutes, 21 seconds in the first period. Cook, 2 for delay of game at 6:21. Diaz attempted to take aim, but his shot was disrupted. Mahoney, Tracy, Diaz, Rodriguez, and Keller. The 5 on this power play wave for Delaware with 43 seconds elapsed. Mahoney trying to crash the net, got bodied down from behind, looked like a cross-check into the back. But Dalton Tice says play on. Feeling no advantage was taken away. The action continues unabated. Minute to go on this very deliberate Delaware power play. Berg across to Guido. He was sticked at by Olesen mid-zone. Guido protecting the puck. Gives it away in the near corner to Reher. This is cleared. So a third clear on this New York penalty kill as we come to the final 35 seconds of the Brian Cook delay of game minor. Here's Guido again, streaking up the right wing boards. He plays a hard carom behind the net. Around to Andrew Lowe, working the left corner. Lowe, surveying his options, kicks this back to Gould. Across to Berg, center point, one-timer, Guido! Right on target. Perkins squared up for the easy save. Final 13, as trying to drive the rebound in was Chance DeBolt. This denied as well by Clay Perkins, and we've got a chance to catch our breath with 11:51 to go in the first period of a 1-0 hockey game. Delaware Blue Hens with the early advantage over New York. Prior to the game, New York assistant coach Brian Zaffino, an alumnus of the Violets program, stopped up by the press box, had a lovely visit, and some kind words sent our way from Violet Country. Always a good feeling. And to the New York fans tuning in from quite literally worldwide this evening, we're glad to have all of you with us here on the Delaware Hockey Network this weekend. Hit the subscribe button. We'd love to see you around through the course of the season. And certainly tomorrow, when the Blue Hens and Violets are back at it. Game time 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific for the second half of this series. Puck was cleared into the rafters. Face-off coming just above the Delaware blue line. This controlled by the Hens, walked by Noah Goose. Just beyond center, flipped through traffic into the New York zone. Bylan backhands it across ice. The touch pass from Daring led to a long Cook shot. This is frozen by Snellenberg, and we've got a pause. A few crossed words exchanged between teams after the whistle. Diaz waved out. Coughlin takes his place. The draw was won by Cook. I think we saw Cook butt end a Delaware player, or at least make that gesture toward their bench on his way up ice. Purely conjecture. We are, admittedly, 130 feet away. But it sure had that look to it. Keller across to Lowe. Here's a 2-on-2 for Delaware. Drop pass to Coughlin. Sweeping behind him was Raher to separate Coughlin from the puck. Cook recovers. But he finds Gardeffi on the breakout pass. 2-on-4. This New York entry. The Gardeffi shot, bothered by Keller, who steered him toward the corner, was well off its intended target. Gardeffi's got the puck back. Swarmed by Keller. He tried to set up Kaczynski net front, but there was no shot to be had in a congested low slot area. Raher, hassled by Lowe, got one through from 55 feet. Snellenberg stayed with the play for the pad save, his fifth on as many shots taken against him. Make it 6 for 6 as he denies Gongwani from distance. This puck goes over the boards and out with 10:07 to go in the first period of a 1-0 game. Delaware with the advantage, but the face-off is spotted inside their zone for the resumption of play. Big guns on for Delaware. Tanner Mahoney in for the face-off. False start here, says Mike Levasseur. Ruled against Eckstein. This draw won by Mahoney. Goose sends the puck the length of the ice. Rodriguez in the New York end won the race to it to cancel out the icing. Goose scraps to maintain the zone. Tommy Tracy tries to bulldoze his way past Gongwani, but he stood up at the dot. Goose with a rocket from 35, or from 60 feet rather. Caught the skates of Mahoney. Goose trying again. This one was wide. It ricochets off the backboards. Rodriguez tied up for the puck alongside Sebastian Alvarez. The battle migrates up the near boards. Gongwani up the middle. Tipped by Ding. Thrown by Alvarez in behind the Delaware goal. And the Violets will work in a partial changing of the guard just past the midpoint of a 1-0 first period advantage. Delaware. Mahoney's shot was stick-checked up into the netting and out. Behind netminder Clay Perkins at the 9:15 to go mark. Here in period number 1, Delaware looking to reestablish their early momentum. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years and counting, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. Guido in for the draw after DeBolt was waved out. Early, scraps to the puck, mid-zone far side. He had support from DeBolt throwing this in deep. Gould chases it down. But the New York Violets able to clear thanks to Alex Svoboda. The check left this across to Jonathan Bieber, advanced by Siovaris. Up the left wing boards and in behind the Delaware goal. That turned back by Panapresso as far as center. Taken away by Early from Bieber, who tried to send the puck back into the Delaware end. Early couldn't cut through the slot, and Jackson Olison walks back the other direction. He tried to snipe one from 40 right between the train tracks, but his hard wrister cleared the crossbar, ricocheted off the glass. And as the Hens change, New York will set up inside their own line. Raher Tried to cut up the middle, slowed up in traffic. Alex Infanger with a hard shot the other direction, right into Perkins' pads for shot number 6 off of Delaware's stick. 12 minutes into the first period of a 1-0 game, and we've got a stoppage again. As the Violets tried to migrate up the near boards. Puck went over the glass and out. And with exactly 8 minutes remaining in the first period, Delaware's got themselves another attacking zone faceoff. But a mismatch in the circle as starting center for New York, Frank Ciavaras, was in across from the fourth line Delaware center, Alex Infanger. Keller to Doshin, coming back into New York territory off the cross-ice outlet pass. Doshin bodied off the puck. He had support from Smith momentarily. Trying to scrap this free was Kaczynski for New York, and he did. Keller hustles back into his own zone. His outlet pass intended for Justin Smith didn't connect. Doshin gloves the puck down over the center logo. Here comes Smith together with Infanger. The entry was good. Infanger's shot from the top of the right circle, bothered by Bieber, was steered wide of the far post. Kaczynski recovers. Bieber up the left side, stretches the puck ahead to Raher, but he's bodied into the near boards by Danny Berg. Diaz clears the other way. We're 13 minutes into the first period. Delaware 1, New York 0 from Fred Rust Arena. Attacking zone takeaway from Andrew Lowe. Looked like he got tripped in the near corner, but Dalton Tice again says otherwise. Coughlin leaves this to Goose at the left point. Cross-ice feed Berg at the near half wall. Another cross-slot pass, the shot from Coughlin. Was pushed up and away. This comes back to Goose, thrown in traffic net front. Gathered by Bieber but not cleared. This now pushed up ice by Sebastian Alvarez. Long shot, well off its intended target. Goose brings down the rebound, but he's nearly stripped of the puck by Victor Ding, keeping the forechecking pressure on. This is swatted by Goose up ice. Low to Coughlin, back to Low. He's steered to the near corner. Heavy hit by Svoboda separates him from the puck in the near corner, but Coughlin's able to hold the zone for Delaware before hustling off for a change. Mahoney pursues. Olesen dekes past Rodriguez, dekes past Tracy, and comes barreling into the Delaware zone. He got a shot away from the far half wall. Up for the save was Jacob Snellenberg with 5:46 to go in opening period play. And his Delaware Blue Hens keeping New York scoreless in what's so far a 1-0 decision advantage. The boys in white and blue. Face-off coming to the left of Snellenberg after save number 7. This goes the Hens' way. But the puck ends up in the rafters. And what's going to be ruled an icing against the Hens, but only by a few feet. One more stride, and that red line's gained. The centering pass led to a failed close-up shot. Tracy gives this away. Daring clears. Ciavaras to Cook. He flips the puck in off his backhand, brought down by Gould behind the net. And what does Ian DeLong have to say? Tommy Tracy's going to go for slashing. So a Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill awaits the Blue Hens. Delaware trash can cleaning come right to your driveway. And they use high-pressured hot water jets to sanitize and disinfect your bins. killing over 99% of the harmful bacteria and germs that accumulate in your cans and keeping your home and family healthy. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 28, Tommy Tracy, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes, 50 seconds in the first period. Tracy 2 for slashing at 14:50. Olison's shot was wide. He's fed the puck again. Cross ice pass and a hard shot from Jonathan Bieber made it through traffic from the right dot, but into the pads of Snellenberg it went. Gardeffi stepping up and shooting. That one deflected high and away by Snellenberg. Good for save number 9. 4:20 to go. Here in opening period play. Jackson Olison pressured by Early. He, Coughlin, Burke, and Panapresso. The quartet of Delaware penalty killers on right now. Neutral zone turnover and the race is on. Coughlin tried to crash the puck. Early recovers for Delaware, but Coughlin pushes it back to center. Early hustles back to recover, and he comes up the middle. He fans on the shot, one too many stick handles in the high slot, and this is kicked by Raher out of harm's way. Recovered by Bylan. 35 seconds remaining on this Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. Born of the Tommy Tracy slashing minor, and we've got a pause with 3:37 to go in the first period, and a Snellenberg save, denying another New York chance. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware. Offers pulled pork brisket and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides, sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont, open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch, or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. Guaranteed you'll be the first star of your next gathering. Final seconds of the Tracy penalty. Bylan steered behind the net. Diaz recovers the puck, and he shovels this up the left wing boards. Tracy won the race by about 6 feet, friends, but he was offside. So we're going to see this again. Yep. Offside will do it. So we're right back where we started from, with 3:02 to go. In the first period of a 1-0 game. So the ruling on that, an offside pass, just the same as the icing. Goes back to where it began, leading to the face-off in the Delaware zone. This entry's good, but the headman pass from Rodriguez did not connect with Mahoney. Cook the other direction, trying to set up Ciavaras. Goose clogged up the slot well and turns momentum back in Delaware's favor. Tracy's entry this time is good. He's tied up, though, at the near half wall. Olison recovers the puck. This left behind the cage to Bieber. He was tied up by the forward-checking Ryan Rodriguez. The secondary pressured Tommy Tracy. Forced a botched breakout pass. Tracy back in his own zone. Across to Goose, the Team Maryland alumni. Advancing the puck, not a chance to bolt. Hard shot into the glove of Perkins for a pause and play with 1:57 to go in period number 1. Face-off coming to the right of Clay Perkins. The 25s meet Kaczynski and DeBolt. One by chance DeBolt. And maintaining the zone was Jack Keller from the left point. Early sets up Burke high in the zone. He flips this puck off the near half boards to Chance DeBolt cutting into the corner. DeBolt surrounded by black sweaters gives this away to Svoboda. Flipped up ice by Raher beyond the reach of Burke. The entry was clean. Guido slowed up just beyond center as this is turned back the other way by Svoboda. Down to the final minute 20 of the opening period of play. Dominic Guido up the left dots, back into New York territory. He tried to shoot just after gaining the line, but it was stick checked off its intended target. Ding the other way. Slowed up by Panapresso at the Delaware stripe. Gould recovers the loose puck. He brings it back behind his own net. We've entered the final minute of the first period here at Fred Rust Arena. Delaware with a 1-0 lead over the Violets of New York University. Shots in NYU's favor, 10-8. Oliver King, alumnus of Rhode Island Hockey Club in the Eastern Hockey League, working the far boards. He's the 13th forward for this Delaware team tonight. Cross ice pass to Panapresso. Drew the Hens back into the neutral zone. They could not regroup. Olesen, challenged by King, lets this go from his own blue line. Icing waved off. Gould could not work through traffic at the opposite side. The centering pass to Alvarez got tied up in his skates, and Luke Doshin barrels up the right wing boards back into the New York end. Drop pass, Infanger shot right down the pipe. Saved amidst a scrum by Perkins. This is worth another look for sure with 7.5 to go here in the first period. Drop pass to Infanger. And Perkins hanging on. Amid a bevy of pursuers. To grind play to a screeching halt with 7 seconds to go. In what's been a pretty chippy first period. Face off to the right of Perkins, who saved 8 for 9. That final centering pass from Tracy right into New York territory, and that does it for the first period. 20 minutes in the books. The score, Delaware Blue Hens 1, New York Violets 0. We'll be back on the Delaware Hockey Network after the first intermission.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Welcome back to the Delaware Hockey Network. Here on the 412, 20 minutes in the books for the Delaware Blue Hens, thanks to some early fireworks from Dominic Guido. With a 1-0 intermission lead. over New York. Luke Panapresso with the feed to Guido, who went coast to coast, and top shelf on Clay Perkins. Jacob Snellenberg coming up with a key save as well. 10 key saves in the first period to keep New York scoreless. Ice has been cleaned. Teams switch ends for the second period here at Fred Rust Arena. Long change in effect with New York moving left to right. Now from west to east here in the second period. The white-clad Blue Hens moving right to left. From east to west. Here in period number 2. And we're about ready to rock and roll for period 2 from Fred Rust Arena. Brian Cook, Tanner Mahoney, off we go. Opening draw won by New York, advanced by Olesen to Cook up the middle. He lets this puck go to Daring. His shot from the right half wall was wide, sticked into the back netting by Snellenberg. 12 seconds came off the clock. Cook and Mahoney meet near side. Mahoney, Pittsburgh area native. Brian Cook hailing from just outside Binghamton, New York. 2 home markets of my past and fond feelings for both. To everyone joining us from Pittsburgh, Binghamton, and everywhere else in our worldwide Delaware Hockey Network audience tonight, glad to have you all on board here in the first half of this weekend 2-game set between the Violets and the Blue Hens. Delaware a minute into the second period trying to break out of their own zone. Tanner Mahoney tried to skip the puck across ice. Tommy Tracy had to steer that wide of Daring's reach as he heads off for a change. Hens will try again with Daniel Berg, the Angelino. Advancing this to Tracy, or rather to Goose, who gains center before rifling the puck off the backboards behind the New York goal. It was studied by Bylan. Bylan again behind his own net. Slowed up by Early. Sends this up ice. Puck was tipped, says linesman Mike Levasseur. So there's no icing, and the Hens have to regroup in their own end. DeBolt to Guido, trying to bull rush up the left wing boards. He gains the line early with a shot on target. Puck is loose in front of Perkins. A net front scrum, a second shot. Perkins with another save as he loses his paddle. Puck remains loose, now controlled by DeBolt up the near side. Perkins working with a player's stick after scrambling to make a couple rapid-fire highlight reel-esque saves. And he'll have a chance to regather his wares here. No, he won't, as the breakout pass off the stick of Svoboda was intercepted by Daniel Berg. So Perkins still with a player's stick. Goose turns this behind the net. Puck rolls on its rib directly behind the New York goal. This is cleared. Panapresso recovers. Luke Panapresso gains center. He lobs the puck in from distance. This is caught by Perkins. A ground puck right down the middle. He'll have a chance to regather his wares. We'll have a chance to catch our breath. With 2 minutes and 27 seconds elapsed in the second period of a 1-0 hockey game. 3 rapid-fire Delaware shots. And the third line coming in for the attacking zone face-off, the Iron Man Cody Diaz. In for the face-off win, Panapresso holding the point. Coughlin leaves us across ice to Will Gould. He launches the puck over the back glass from center point, and this goes out of play. Diaz got stick-on puck in the far circle face-off, but Gould had to trail all the way back to his own blue line and 20 feet to recover. Panapresso through traffic up the right side, found Andrew Lowe, but he was slowed up by Olesen right at the New York line. 2-on-2 counterattack coming the other direction, and the shot from Victor Ding was wide. He and Sebastian Alvarez working together on that 2-on-2 attack. Panapresso corrals the puck in close. Andrew Lowe stretches this ahead. Coughlin tips the puck over the center logo back toward the New York line, where Gongwani throws this in from his own blue line. Chased down by Panapresso in the near corner of the Delaware zone. New York bringing the physicality tonight for sure. Gould leaves this back to Panapresso. Wreaking havoc was the forechecking Victor Ding. Gould advances this puck to the accelerating Andrew Lowe up the left wing boards. Kunal Gongwani ties him up in the corner. Coughlin tries to dig the puck free, but Olesen recovers for New York. He caroms the puck off the corner. This rolls the entire length of the ice, and it will come back an icing indeed with 16:13 to go in the second period. Delaware looking to pad a 1-0 lead, and they've got another attacking zone faceoff coming up, and here come the big guns. Rodriguez, Tracy, and Mahoney. They've combined for 12 goals so far this season. Tanner Mahoney in across from Eckstein. Mahoney wins the draw. Rodriguez looking for space. Crashes the net, but he was steered to the far corner by Olesen. Sticked out in the far corner. Jackson Olesen could not clear. This held in by Brady Burke, product of the Philadelphia Little Flyers of the Eastern Hockey League. Diagonal pass. Mahoney corrals the biscuit under duress. Taken away again by Olesen. Here's Mahoney shooting through traffic. He was slowed up by the reaching stick of Eckstein. Tracy back to center, recovers for Delaware. 4 minutes and 23 seconds into the second period. Mahoney, headman pass. Ryan Rodriguez couldn't track the puck down from the dot. He was steered behind the cage by Gongwani. Rodriguez leaves this to Burke at the right point. Headman into the slot area. Tipped by Mahoney. Well off his intended target. Here's Burke again, letting one go. He got this one on net, but it's blockered out of harm's way and out of play too by Clay Perkins. For another pause in the action with 15:18 to go in the second. Delaware up 1-0 in their first of two meetings this weekend with the Violets. Wow! Goose with a rocket from the right point. And the Hens double up on New York. Was it Infanger with the tip? We will find out. We'll get the particulars from downstairs. Noah Goose with his first goal as a Blue Hen. Infanger's face-off win. It was what set Noah Goose up to make this a 2-0 hockey game. Oh, Delaware goal! His first as a Blue Hen. Scored by number 27, Noah Goose. Assisted by number 4, Alex Infanger. Time of the goal, 4 minutes, 45 seconds of the second period. Goose's first as a Blue Hen from Infanger at 4:45. Berg up the middle. Regains the line to bolt from distance. That was just off its mark. Here's Gardeffi the other way. Charlie Gardeffi taking aim from 35 feet. Snellenberg squared up for the save. Puck bounced to the far corner. And now Panapresso clears this as far as center. Olesen recovers. But Kaczynski is offside, so the Violets will have to retreat, and that gives Will Gould time to survey his options coming back out of the Delaware zone. DeBolt tries to bulldoze through traffic, but he got tied up by the tandem of Svoboda and Kaczynski just above the far dot of the New York end. Early stood up by Olesen, trying to cut back up the left wing boards. Puck in the control of Svoboda. Now Olesen up the middle. Holding the line for Delaware was Diaz. Olesen will try again. He chips this ahead to Gardeffi. Slowed up by Panapresso at the Delaware blue line. So Gardeffi lofts the puck into the far corner of the Blue Hens end, and it's brought back out the other direction. Diaz off the feed from Early, lost control of the puck at center. He gives up a 2-on-1 to New York. The centering pass intended for Rayer from Kaczynski never made it. And now Early clears. Coughlin gains red. Puck taken away from him by Bieber. Early recovers right in front of the scorer's table, and he drives play back into the New York zone right in front of the Delaware bench. Low, pushed back into neutral territory, kicks this all the way back inside his own line. Panapresso to Keller, ahead to Coughlin, who tips the puck beyond the reach of Kunal Gongwani. Gongwani takes a heavy hit in the near corner from Diaz. That frees up Coughlin to try to set up Burke, but the pass to the top of the right circle was ultimately blocked down and away. 8 minutes into the second period. Low! Over the crossbar and out with 12:03 to go in the second, and the Delaware Blue Hens leading 2-0 over NYU from Fred Rust Arena. Friends, if you're like me, healthy living is important, and Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help you and your family stay healthy at home with periodic sanitization and disinfecting of your trash and recycling bins. Schedule your first cleaning at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Delaware trying to maintain their attacking momentum. But Svoboda recovers the puck behind his own goal for New York. That said, he failed to clear. In comes Burke along the goal line extended, but he got slowed up net front by Harry Byland. This is cleared with no icing. Jack Keller pulls behind his own goal. His Hens lead 2-0. After Noah Goose lit the lamp as a Blue Hen for the first time. Solid 200-foot player in his time with Team Maryland. Certainly wrought havoc against EHL's South Division for the time he was there, including against the team that I moonlight with as public address announcer during weekday afternoons, the Philadelphia Little Flyers. Well represented here by Brady Burke. Team Maryland, of course, represented by Goose, Tracy, and Lowe. So a big EHL South Division presence on this Delaware team, including freshman goalie Tim Briley coming from the New Jersey Bears as well. Goose across to Daniel Berg. This back to Goose, looking for a second. A shot from center point. Blocked down and away by Ciavaras. This rolls back to Berg. Violets change. Infanger stretch pass. Bobbled by Tracy. Recovered by Olesen after he got stick on puck just inside the blue line. Jackson Olesen up the right dots. Shoots into the glove of Snellenberg with 10:08 to go in the second period, and his Blue Hens working with a 2-0 lead over the Violets, who generate an attacking zone faceoff after their 13th shot of the game. Infanger and Kaczynski to take the near circle draw. Puck thrown in, tipped off the fingers of the glove of Snellenberg behind his own net. Olesen holds the point. He rifles the puck in behind the cage. Goose off his backhand, leaves this to Oliver King, and Infanger pushes the puck across neutral territory before giving it away to Bieber. Goose absorbs a check from Gardeffi at the center red stripe. Violets in unison drive this back behind the Delaware goal. Danny Berg, 9.5 to go. Up the right dots, he'll carry this all the way from his own end into New York territory before being bodied off the puck by Bieber. Infanger to Panapresso, holding center point. Panapresso was steered near side by Gardeffi, and the shot was bothered from 50 feet. Gould back in his own end. Carries the puck up the middle. Flip to Oliver King of a barely onside entry. King stood up by Bieber, gets some support from the Coloradan Luke Doshin. Give and go to Oliver King, steered behind the net. One-timer from Doshin amid heavy mid-slot congestion. He caught the top of that puck, and Bieber advances it to Raher the other direction. Raher stripped of the vulcanized rubber by Luke Doshin, trying again. Doshin slowed up at center by the reaching stick of Eckstein. Had to negotiate some neutral zone traffic. Panapresso protecting at center. Lobs this back behind the New York goal. Partial change for the Blue Hens as Early pursues. He turns up the forechecking heat on Harry Byland as we come to the final 8:20 of the second period. Delaware leading 2-0 over New York in their first of two meetings this weekend. Their only two meetings this season, as the Violets no longer are a member of the Eastern States Collegiate Hockey League, defecting to join the ECHA after last season. Panapresso throws this across neutral territory. It's backhanded by Svoboda back into the Delaware end. Gould up the left side. Puck tipped by Early from just above the blue line. Guido chases it down behind the New York goal, but it's steered out of his reach by the Czech Alex Svoboda. The cross-ice feed from Ding was out of the reach of Alvarez, and the Hens will recover in their own zone amid a New York change. Guido leaves this back to Brady Burke. Stretch pass up the right side. Bobbled by Early, but he gained the zone cleanly. Diaz pushed into the far glass by Olesen. Cook to Daring. Advancing up the middle is Brian Cook. Olesen taking aim from the top of the left circle. Missed his intended target by a country mile. Puck ricocheted off the backboards, and now Cade Coughlin brings it up the left wall in a 2-on-2. Coughlin steered by Bieber. Into the corner, he lost his footing, trying to deke around Jonathan Bieber below the goal. Bieber drives play back to center. Keller at the red line, recovering for Delaware. Now a two-a-side scrum surrounds Jack Keller, who backhands the puck through traffic, and it skitters over the New York line. Mahoney, confronted by Olesen, tried to center to Lowe, cutting through the slot. Puck bounces off the far corner boards, and Frank Ciavaris launches this clear from his own end. It will come back and icing against the Violets with 6:24 to go in the second period. It's a 2-0 hockey game, advantage Delaware. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. So, how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and your clientele, your team and your fans, between you and your audience, whatever that may look like. Broadcast to social, print to digital, the 412 team will put their 40-plus years of experience to work for you. East Coast, West Coast, and everywhere in between, including Chicago, Illinois. Let's talk about how to get you noticed. Want to know more? Visit us at 412communications.com. Okay, so I don't have the same ring on the want to know more. Oh well. Net front chance from Rodriguez, covered by Perkins. Face off at the near circle. Kaczynski waved out. Raher in across from Infanger. Alex Infanger victorious in the face-off circle. Goose looking for a second Delaware goal. This tipped up and out by Perkins after the save. Face-off migrates 44 feet to the north. Infanger and Kosinski meet to the left of the New York cage. From the perspective of Clay Perkins, who has stopped 13 of 15 Delaware shots to this point. His counterpart, 178 feet away, Jacob Snellenberg, with a perfect baker's dozen in the save department so far. 5:22 to go in the second period. Delaware with a 2-0 lead over New York. Here's Berg. Slowed up by the body of Svoboda right at the New York blue line. He's forced to dump the puck in, lest he take a check and be separated from the puck anyway. This will come back an icing after Byland sent the puck sailing from well inside his blue line. The length of the ice, and a pair of Delaware players easily won the foot race back to the Blue Ends goal. Whether you're a competitive athlete like these gentlemen or a weekend warrior like me, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. And with years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more about Brad and his crew's commitment to health and wellness for athletes of all ages and abilities. Will Gould up the middle through neutral territory, drop pass to Guido. Cross ice feed, he tried to set up on the other side. Will Gould for a shot, but it caught a skate center point. In any case, the Hens maintain their momentum. They got a shot away. But here comes Eckstein the other direction, slowed up by Guido. Puck trails in to the blue paint, and it's covered up by Snellenberg for a pause. 4:07 to go in the second period. Only one A-grade chance in the first period for New York. None here in the second. Eckstein outmanned on his way in toward the Delaware goal. And was well marked on that chance. The shot was wide anyway. Low, just onside as Diaz plays the puck in. We could hear Levasseur shout good from all the way upstairs. Eckstein again, one-on-one. He dekes past Burke. He crashes the net. And Snellenberg has the last word. Jacob Snellenberg taking care of business indeed. We're going to see this again on the 412 Communications Instant Replay. Eckstein, the Santa Monican. Dekes past Burke, clogging up the slot. But Jacob Snellenberg slams the door again. 3.5 to go in the second period. Early in the second period in other University of Delaware hockey action tonight, the ACHA women's team, thanks to a goal from Evie Hill, tied 1-1 against Lebanon Valley College's NCAA Division III women's team. Lowe's shot steered up and over the corner glass. Bringing us a stoppage with 3:11 to go in the second. Sounds of the Tragically Hip filling Fred Rust Arena. Canadian hard rock, always a good fit for hockey, especially the hip. The whole crew here at Fred Rust Arena just makes it a treat to come to work every weekend for 6.5 months of the year. From Kyle and Sean and Taylor and the entire Ice Arena staff, to Joe and Daniel and Abito and Fernando on the custodial staff, keeping this place in tip-top shape. They all make it a joy to come here every weekend, and we can't do what we do without their help and support too. Gardeffi's shot caught and held by Snellenberg for another pause. Cook waved out of the circle. Mahoney ends up winning over replacement center Frank Ciavaras. 2.5 to go in the second period. Delaware 2, New York 0 from Fred Rust Arena. We'll do it all again tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Cook advances this to Ciavaras. He shot from the right dot. That was on target, blockered away by Snellenberg. Goose gets some support from Mahoney to control the rebound. Mahoney had to be careful in the low slot. He was under pressure from Ciavaras, but he, together with Rodriguez, gained the zone for Delaware, back on the offensive. Olesen strips the puck from Rodriguez behind the net. This was nearly lofted out by Ciavaras. It bounced off a body just inside the line. Now advanced by Cook to his right, and Jackson Olesen, solid 200-foot player for New York. The captain off his backhand leaves this to Ciavaras, who had time and space at the top of the left circle, but inside the final 100 seconds of the second period, the Frank Ciavaras shot was well wide. Infanger ties up the puck. Cook off his backhand tries to flip this deeper into Delaware territory, but it was slowed by Infanger. Berg caroms this behind his own net. Noah Goose confronted by Ding in the far corner. Ding gives the puck away to Guido. Guido flips this off his toe. Across neutral ice, puck skitters back to the New York line, where Jonathan Bieber left it across to Bylan, and in up the left wing boards come the Violets. Infanger recovers. Berg takes a check from the forechecking Eckstein. They collapse in open ice. Delaware's going to go. Roughing, says Ian DeLong. Oliver King sent off for 2 minutes of shame, 19-10. Into the second period. So the Blue Hens are off to their second Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill of the night. Schedule your first cleaning at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Gathering in front of the Delaware bench with referee Ian DeLong, but I think we're all good to go. Indeed we are. Signal given. And play resumes. Delaware penalty was assessed to number 19, Oliver King. 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 19 minutes, 10 seconds in the second period. King, 2 for roughing at 19:10. Bieber foils a Delaware breakout pass. Couldn't generate a shot from in close, though. Ciavaras to Olesen. Cook working center point. He launches the puck off the post, and this is covered by Snellenberg for the pause. Ian DeLong, quick with the washout. And we're going to watch this rifled in by Cook. Frozen by Snellenberg. And we're down to the final 12 of the second period. Looking shot was Cook, but it was stick checked offline. And that does it for the second. At the end of 40 minutes, the score: Delaware Blue Hens 2, New York Violets 0. We'll be back after the second intermission on the Delaware Hockey Network.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Welcome back to the Delaware Hockey Network on the 4-1-2. We're 40 minutes in to a 2-0 Delaware lead over NYU. And a look back at the second period highlights. Noah Goose with his first ever Delaware goal off this feed from Alex Infanger. Goose with a rocket over the blocker of Clay Perkins to make this a 2-0 game. 4:45 into the second period. And at the other end, Jacob Snellenberg. Slamming the door. On one of 16 occasions so far to keep NYU scoreless. If you're just joining us here on the Delaware Hockey Network, James Witherite flying solo tonight from the 412 Communications press box. Ryan Dominic, our videographer. Our production assistant is the stat man Eli Swope, and the shot from Jackson Olison from the left dot skipped wide of the near post. Noah Goose turns and rifles the puck up ice. Half a minute to go on this Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill for the Blue Hens to kick off the third period. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Brian Cook was slowed up at center. This flipped back in by Luke Doshin. To the Delaware Hockey the Delaware Hockey alumni tuning in and joining us here this evening. Hellos from Chris Heightshouse, Jess Pittinello. Always good to hear from the family, even long after they hang up the Blue Hen sweater. No icing here against the Hens. Mahoney lays a heavy hit on Bylan, but emerging with the puck is Svoboda back for NYU. He gains center red. He lets a long shot go, sticked away by Snellenberg to the near corner. Maintained by Raher from New Canaan, Connecticut. Taken away from him by Tommy Tracy. Steered beyond the reach of the forechecking Eckstein. Will Gould off his backhand. Leaves this to Rodriguez. Cross ice feed. Ricochets off the near wall at center before Tommy Tracy carries it as far as the New York blue line. He was met there by Svoboda and slowed up Mahoney. Headman to Rodriguez. But he's shouldered off his path by Eckstein in the low slot before he can release. So Rodriguez pulls back to center. He waits for Tracy to tag up before re-entering. Drop past Tommy Tracy. Tried to snipe one from the top of the right circle. Too much loft on the puck. This ricochets off the backboards. Trying to recover at the Delaware blue line was DeBolt, but he got held up by Brian Cook. Keller up the right wing wall. To Tracy again. Centering pass. And Guido scores! Guido's in for two. And it's a 3-0 Delaware lead. This starts again in the Delaware zone. Keller with the advancing pass to Tracy. And Dominic Guido on the doorstep finishes for his 7th of the year. Oh, Delaware goal! His 7th of the season and 2nd of the game. Scored by number 38, Dominic Guido. Assisted by number 28, Tommy Tracy. And number 5, Jack Keller. Time of the goal, 2 minutes, 24 seconds of the third period. Guido's 7th, 2nd of the game from Tracy and Keller at 2:24. Diaz to Coughlin. Back to Goose, this comes looking for a second. But he was pickpocketed at the near dot. Kaczynski throws this across to Gangwani. Kunal Gangwani gained the center line before throwing the puck in towards Snellenberg. This will be brought back by Berg up the left dots. Here's a 2-on-2 entry for Delaware. Drop pass to Diaz. Steered behind the cage, beyond the reach of Coughlin. Andrew Lowe double-teamed. Slowed up by the reaching stick of Jack Kaczynski. And now Raher up the left wing wall. Sets up a 2-on-2 New York counterattack. New York still looking for their first goal of the game. It won't be here, as this is frozen by Snellenberg for a pause with 15:26 to go in the third period. Delaware can breathe easy a little bit now after Guido potted his second goal of the night to extend their lead over the Violets to 3-0. Plenty on the docket for the Blue Hens in front of home crowds over the next couple weeks. And we'll give you a look at the upcoming schedule when we reach the next stoppage in play. Two-on-one, Eckstein. Couldn't fire one past Panapresso. He threw the puck over the crossbar into the back glass. Doshin turns up the forechecking heat on Ding right at the New York line. Ding connected with Eckstein. His shot from up close, held on to by Snellenberg for the pause. As promised, to look at what's ahead for the Delaware Men's Division I Blue Hens. Back against NYU tomorrow, game time 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Next weekend, the Bobcats of Ohio University come to town. We'll have the first of those games here on the Delaware Hockey Network. Still working on solidifying plans for the second. And then on November 9th, the midshipmen of the U.S. Navy Academy. Naval Academy. Let's get it right. They deserve it. We'll be here at Fred Rust Arena in the second half of a home and home. Full broadcast schedule, as always, available at DelawareHockeyNetwork.com. 14:22 to go in the third period, as Brady Burke steers the puck up the near boards. Olesen recovering at center, but he gives it away too. This fired back in, studied by Keller. Burke to Tracy. He gained the center line before letting the puck go the rest of the way. It was off the backboards. Trying to hold the zone was DeBolt. But stick handling past him, Jack Kaczynski sets up a 2-on-2. Centering pass intended for Raher was blocked down by a reaching stick in the low slot. Berg generates time and space. 6.5 minutes gone to the third. Delaware with a 3-0 lead over New York. Goose flipped the puck to Guido. It was nearly stolen by Kaczynski behind the goal. Noah Goose leaves this to Early after gaining the zone. Long shot. Bobbled net front by Perkins and steered out of harm's way by Kaczynski cutting through the low slot. This is Raher the other direction. Finding center red before rolling the puck behind the Delaware goal. Steadied there by Jacob Snellenberg, who's a perfect 19 for 19 in the save department tonight. Botched breakout, intercepted by Svoboda just over the blue line. He dumps the puck in, and the Violets change. Early got tied up by Ding. Victor Ding's shot was blocked. Coming down with the rebound in the near corner, that's Danny Berg. Early touch pass to Chance DeBolt. Up the right wing boards, DeBolt just gained the zone with Guido barely onside. Off the dump and chase, Guido was outmanned by a trio of Violet backcheckers, and this is sent clear by Harry Byland back into neutral territory. Picked clean by Diaz. Advanced to Guido looking for the hat trick. Guido got one on net, but his shot from the left dot was blocked away by Perkins. Here's Diaz through the slot. He had support from Lowe. Guido kicks this back to Gould, working the right point. Lowe tried to set up Guido on the doorstep. Here's a shot from Will Gould from distance, and it's covered up again by Clay Perkins for a pause with 11:55 to go. Delaware in complete command of the terms. They're up 3-0, but they're trying to increase that lead for just a little bit more breathing room as this game prepares to enter the home stretch. Diaz and Cook on for the near circle draw. Diaz waved out. Andrew Lowe, the sophomore from Caldwell, New Jersey, in to take his place, but the Violets control off the faceoff. This is offside. Cook won the draw above the Delaware line, but he directed the puck all the way back into his own zone. So that gives Delaware the opportunity for a fourth goal, but Coughlin gave it away just inside the line to Ciavaris. Ciavaris takes a hard shoulder from Andrew Lowe into the Delaware bench, separating him from the puck. The Albertan Cade Coughlin dances past defenders behind his own goal, accelerates up the left side, but he got tied up by the reaching stick of Ciavaris and couldn't escape the zone. And a gathering of college-age boys in front of the Delaware bench. Very well, we'll see manpower depleted with 11:10 remaining in the third period. Again, we say very well may. Ultimately, we're going to stay 5-on-5. And the faceoff comes to Snellenberg's left. So everybody goes their separate ways without any further ado. And play resumes with Oliver King chipping the puck beyond the reach of Olesen in neutral ice. Olesen trying to stand him up, and he's going to get a penalty for that. Olesen for roughing. We're going to see it again right here. Yep. Puck was gone, and he plays the body. On Oliver King, and that's enough to put the Blue Hens on the Delaware Sports Medicine Power Play. Learn more at desportsmed.com. New York penalty was assessed to number 4, Jackson Olesen, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 8 minutes 59 seconds in the third period. Olesen 2 for roughing at 8:59. Diaz pulls back. Rodriguez patrolling below the cage. Thought Michigan, but Bieber pounced. Tracy. Centering feed to Mahoney. Couldn't redirect it on the doorstep. Rodriguez. Again to Tanner Mahoney. Working the top of the near circle. This kicked high to Tommy Tracy. He fanned on the wrist shot attempt. Mahoney puts one net front. Rodriguez, second chance. No! Got 2 shots in close. The second one stopped by Perkins after the first was wide. Here's Tracy again. Denied by the blocker of Clay Perkins. Directing the puck to the far corner. Held in by Keller. Here another one-timer coming from Ryan Rodriguez, but he didn't get good contact on the puck in the low slot. This is rifled clear by Jonathan Bieber, and we're down to the final 25 seconds of the Olesen penalty as Tommy Tracy off the stretch pass comes barreling back into New York territory, but all alone as the other Hens were in the midst of a change. First wave was on for a good minute and a half. Danny Berg walks back in over the New York line as we come to the final 9 minutes of this 3-0 Delaware lead. Gould shot into the pads and frozen by Clay Perkins with just under 9 minutes remaining. So the Violets had to outlast a barrage of vulcanized rubber in that power play. Best man-up situation for the Hens so far tonight. Momentum certainly in their favor, with a 3-0 lead. And this game sitting just above the 8th pole. Daring and Berg vie for the puck in the far corner. It's knocked loose by Infanger. Here's Oliver King gaining the center line before dumping the puck in. Stood up again by Olesen. Solid 200-foot players we've mentioned. Olesen certainly playing on the edge of physicality. Is here Oliver King takes a retaliatory shot, and he's going to go. This called a cross check by Ian DeLong. And it will go against Oliver King with 11:43 elapsed in the third period. And again, the Blue Hens heading to a Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. They've succeeded in killing off their first two. Third PK for the Hens starts right now. Schedule your first cleaning at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 19, Oliver King. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 11 minutes, 43 seconds of the third period. King, 2 for cross-checking at 11:43. Early off the feed from Coughlin. Gets a puck on net, but it was sticked away by Perkins. Ciuvaris leaves this to Olesen. Olesen, while he plays on the line, for the most part, he knows exactly where that line is, and he draws the penalty from King, giving the Violets an opportunity here on their third power play of the night. Up the middle, Coughlin off the feed from Early. He tried to go 5-hole, but he was denied on the welcome mat by Clay Perkins with 7:13 to go. Beautiful setup up the middle from Early to Coughlin. But ultimately, the last word belonged to Clay Perkins. Here's Bylan. The long shot from Ding was well wide. Doshin tried to chase the puck down off the setup from Infanger, but he was beaten to the punch by Max Eckstein. Doshin surrounded by a quartet of Violets. Tries to pile drive his way to the net from just inside the blue line. He's stripped of the puck by Ding. Infanger pursues now. Final 10 seconds on the Oliver King penalty. Bylan through neutral ice. Gains the line. Hens are back to full strength. 6:10 to go. Delaware with a 3-0 lead over New York from Fred Rust Arena. The Burke one-timer was wide. Rodriguez is going to go delayed penalty against Delaware. This game was chippy from the beginning, and it's certainly staying that way. Rodriguez off for a rough. So back to the Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill go the Hens. With 14:17 elapsed here in the third period. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back on the Delaware Hockey Network.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Back inside Fred Rust Arena. As New York takes their timeout. Blue Hens with a 3-0 lead with 5:43 to go. And a Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill coming their way. Face-off is going to come at the near dot of the Delaware zone. Puck is down. Fourth Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill tonight for the Hens has begun. Panapresso, Coughlin, Early, and Gould are the four on for Delaware. Turning and shooting was Ciavaris. He got that on net. No, he didn't. It was just wide. Blocked shot in close. We thought it was off Snellenberg, but it was a Delaware defender. After further review, this shot from Olesen did make it on and is subsequently cleared. So that penalty, for those of you tuning in at home on the Delaware Hockey Network, it was Ryan Rodriguez ruled for roughing. Off for 2 minutes, starting at the 14:17 mark of the third period. We've entered the final 5 minutes from Fred Rust Arena. Bieber to Olesen, steered by Infanger to the near corner. Cook across the line to Bieber. He shoots through traffic. This is caught and held by Snellenberg for save number 21. Face-off will stay near side with 4.5 to go. No, it won't. We thought with the migration of players to the near dot, the draw was going to come here, but no, it comes to the left of Jacob Snellenberg, who has stopped 21 of 21. Olesen confronted by Doshin. Olesen bodied down by Goose in the near corner, who tries to push the puck free, but Cook held the point briefly before Doshin pickpocketed him. 2-on-1. Doshin across to Infanger. That pass broken up by the back-checking Jonathan Bieber, doing well to clog up the slot as we come to the final 4 minutes and change of the third period. Centering pass from Cook through traffic. Gardeffi leaves this back to Raher. Across the line, Eckstein. In this comes through traffic from Gardeffi. Caught and held by Snellenberg. With the New York net empty. 3:45 to go in regulation. 2 seconds left on the Violets' power play. 6-on-4 for this upcoming draw. And just a couple ticks before Rodriguez is back. Brian Cook in for the draw across from DeBolt. Hens are back to full strength. No icing. Early. Backhand, no. It was stopped on the doorstep by Alex Svoboda. And with Perkins off in favor of the extra attacker, that's ruled a blocked shot, folks. Burke to DeBolt. Shot was wide after gaining the center line. Ciavaris, Olesen, Raher, Cook on as well. A takeaway in the New York zone. And Delaware with the empty netter. Puts a bow on night one of Hens Violets. Dominic Guido with the steal. And the empty net goal, 16:53. Into the third period to seal a home ice hat trick. So Perkins back in net as Elvis makes his way to the exit. Delaware goal! His 8th of the season and 3rd of the game, scored by number 38, Dominic Guido. Time of the unassisted empty net goal, 16 minutes, 53 seconds of the third period. Guido's 8th, 3rd of the game, unassisted, an empty netter at 16:53. Burke looking to give the Hens one for the thumb with a cannon from the right point, but it was blocked away through traffic. Here's Tracy off the stretch pass from Panapresso. Flipping the puck ahead to Justin Smith. Panapresso from distance, that one did make it through. Off the pads of Perkins to the far corner. Back this comes Luke Doshin winding up. We're down to the final 105 from Fred Rust Arena. And we'll do it all again tomorrow. Our videographer is Ryan Dominic. Our production assistant is the stat man Eli Swope. Our co-executive producer is Molly Jo Rosen. Our assistant producer is Broadway Joe Sindoni. To Trey Wright, Josie Billett, and the rest of the crew behind the scenes, thank you for all of your support, making the Delaware Hockey Network what it is. And to all of you joining us from wherever you may be, glad to have you with us here on this Friday night, and we look forward to doing it all again tomorrow. Hit from behind against Bieber. With 18:42 elapsed in the third period, so a Delaware Sports Medicine power play coming Delaware's way, as this game is now well out of the Violets' reach. New York penalty assessed to number 2, Jonathan Bieber, 2 minutes for hitting from behind. Time of the penalty, 18 minutes, 42 seconds in the third period. Bieber, 2 for hitting from behind at 18:42. One minute remaining from Fred Rust Arena, as the Delaware Blue Hens deliver a statement win over a frustrated New York team. Oh, that's offside. Diaz jumped the gun. Diaz absolutely jumped the gun on the zone entry. 29 to go. Face-off spotted just above the New York line. Guido with 3. To Keller just inside the New York line. Karam behind the net to DeBolt. He tries to put one net front for Early. Early tried to pick a corner from the right at the edge of the blue paint to no avail. Final seconds tick away, and that, friends, will do it. Tonight's final score, Delaware Blue Hens 4. New York University Violets 0. Final shots on goal, New York 22, Delaware 30. Fans, it's time for the Sid's Barbecue and Jerky 3 stars of the game. Tonight's 3rd star, recording his first ever goal as a Delaware Blue Hen, number 27, Noah Goose. Tonight's 2nd star, recording a 22-save shutout for Delaware, number 35, Jacob Snellenberg. And the number 1 star of the game, leading the Blue Hens with a hat trick, number 38, Dominic Guido. So that will do it for us this evening on the Delaware Hockey Network as the Hens improve to 3-4-2. New York drops to 2-5-0 on the season. But we'll have a chance to battle back for a split tomorrow as the Hens look to improve to 500. Dominic Guido, the offensive driving force, with 3 of Delaware's 4 goals. Noah Goose with his first as a Blue Hen, and a rock-solid performance by Jacob Snellenberg before a home crowd, sealing a 4-0 shutout with 22 saves for the Hens. For the whole crew, James Witherite saying thank you for your company tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow. Game time 8:30 Eastern here on the Delaware Hockey Network, brought to you by the Law Office of Heather A. Long. Good night.